Have you ever wondered why our past experiences continue to haunt us, even when we've long moved on? Just ponder on that thought for a moment. We all have a past, a history, a story that unfolds behind us as we journey through life. And it's no secret that this story, particularly the chapters etched with negative experiences, can cast a long, overpowering shadow over our present and indeed our future. Picture this, if you will. Visualize life as a grand ship sailing through the vast, unpredictable ocean of existence. This ship, much like us, carries a cargo. This cargo is not composed of tangible goods, but rather it's made up of our experiences, our triumphs, our failures, our joys and our sorrows. Now consider this. What happens to a ship that is weighed down by too much cargo? It slows down, doesn't it? It struggles against the waves, it's harder to steer, and it certainly can't catch the wind in its sails quite as it should. Much like this ship, when we carry the weight of our past negative experiences, we too are slowed down. We struggle against the currents of life, we find it harder to navigate our path, and we certainly can't catch the winds of opportunity quite as we should. Our past experiences, especially the negative ones, are like this old, unnecessary cargo. They weigh us down, they hinder our progress, and they prevent us from sailing smoothly towards our goals. They become our foes rather than our friends, and have a profound impact on our present and future. We often hold on to this excess weight, believing it to be an intrinsic part of our ship, part of who we are. But what if we could jettison this excess weight? What if we could unload these past experiences that no longer serve us, these burdens that do nothing but slow us down? Could our ship then sail smoother, faster, perhaps even towards a brighter horizon? Scene script. Meet John, an ordinary man with an extraordinary story of transformation. John's life, much like any other, is a tapestry woven with threads of joy, sorrow, triumph, and defeat. However, what sets John apart is the magnitude of his struggles, the depth of his failures, and the weight of his past that he's chosen to carry on his shoulders. Picture John as a bird, a beautiful songbird with vibrant feathers and a melody that could make even the most stoic hearts tremble. But this bird, our friend John, is trapped in a cage woven from his past mistakes, failures and heartbreaks. Each bar represents a regret, a disappointment, or a road not taken. His song is drowned by the clanging of his past that echoes around him. John's past, his cage, has held him back from reaching the heights he's capable of. Every time he tried to spread his wings, the bars of his cage clipped them. Every time he tried to sing his song, his voice echoed back at him, reminding him of his past. His past became his identity, his failures became his reality, and his struggles defined his potential. He was an extraordinary bird trapped in an ordinary cage, a cage of his own making. John's story is not unique. Many of us are like John, burdened by our past, trapped in our cages. We've allowed our past mistakes, our failures, and our regrets to define who we are and what we can become. We've let the bars of our cage clip our wings and silence our songs. But here's the thing about cages, they have doors, and every bird, no matter how burdened, has wings. Wings to fly, to soar, to rise above the bars that hold it down. John had wings, he just needed to realize it. But remember, every bird has wings and every cage has a door. John just needed to find his. There comes a moment in everyone's life when they must choose to carry the burden of the past or to let it go. Picture John, a man like any other, but burdened, shackled by the weight of his past. John, however, decided he'd had enough. He chose to unchain himself from the past, to embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth. It wasn't easy, mind you. Change seldom is. John faced a tumultuous sea of self-doubt and fear. His past was a comfortable, albeit painful, companion. It was familiar, it was all he knew, but he was determined to venture into the unknown, to confront the shadows of his past, and to silence the dissonant symphony of regret that played in the theatre of his mind. And so he began to dig, to excavate the ruins of his past. He unearthed the hurt, the mistakes, the failures, and faced them head-on. He acknowledged them, learned from them, and then, with a heavy heart, he let them go. He chose to forgive not only those who had wronged him, but also himself. As John unchained himself from the past, something incredible happened. Just as a phoenix rises from its ashes, reborn, stronger and more beautiful than before, so too did John. He emerged from the shadows, not as a man burdened by his past, but as a man liberated. He was no longer defined by his past, but by the strength of his character and the breadth of his spirit. John's transformation was nothing short of miraculous. He was lighter, brighter, unburdened. He began to live in the present, to experience life in its fullness, unencumbered by the shadow of his past. He was happier, healthier, and more at peace with himself. His relationships improved, his work flourished, and he began to inspire those around him. And just like that, John was no longer a bird in a cage, but a phoenix soaring high. What happens when we finally let go of the past that's been holding us back? Imagine, if you will, a garden. In this garden there's a seed that's been planted deep within the earth. That seed is much like our friend John. Buried beneath layers of past struggles, failures and disappointments, the seed remains hidden, stuck, unable to break free to the surface and bloom. But what happens when the seed finally shakes off the weight of the earth? It begins to grow, to push upwards, reaching out for the sunlight. This is John, unburdened by his past. When John decided to let go of his past, he was like the seed breaking through the surface, tasting the sunlight for the first time. He found a new sense of freedom, a fresh perspective on life. He began to see opportunities where he once saw obstacles. He started to embrace challenges instead of running from them. His relationships improved, his career took off, and his self-esteem flourished. In his newfound freedom, John discovered a well of untapped potential within him. He started a business that he'd always dreamed of, but never had the courage to pursue. He became a mentor, a guide for others who were stuck in their pasts, just like him. He blossomed into a better version of himself, a version that had been waiting under the surface all along. Much like a flower, John's life bloomed in vibrant colours, colours that were once hidden beneath the layers of his past. His journey wasn't easy. It required courage, resilience, and a determination to grow, despite the odds. But in letting go of his past, John found more than just success. He found contentment, peace, and a sense of purpose that had eluded him for so long. The transformation was as beautiful and profound as a seed blossoming into a majestic flower. It was a testament to the power of letting go, of unburdening oneself from the past, and embracing the potential within. John's story teaches us that letting go of the past can be the key to unlocking our true potential. So what can we learn from John's story? John's journey from being weighed down by the past to embracing the future is a testament to the power of the human spirit. It's a story of resilience, courage, and the determination to break free from the chains of the past. John's story is a reminder that our pasts, no matter how daunting or painful, do not define us. They are merely chapters in our life story, pages that have been turned and lessons that have been learned. It's important to acknowledge these experiences, yes, but it's equally important not to dwell on them. Our past can be a teacher, offering insights and lessons that can help shape our future. But when we allow ourselves to be consumed by our past, it can become a prison. It can hold us back, preventing us from reaching our true potential and realizing our dreams. The key, as John discovered, is to learn to let go, to unchain ourselves from the past, and allow ourselves to move forward. It's about understanding that while we cannot change what has happened, we can control how we respond to it. We can choose to let our past define us, or we can choose to define our future. This is not to say that the process is easy. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to step out of our comfort zone. But as John's story shows us, the rewards can be immeasurable. So as we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on John's journey and the lessons it offers. Let's remember that it's never too late to break free from our past and chart a new course for our future. Let's remind ourselves that we are not defined by our past, but by the choices we make and the actions we take today. Remember, the past is a place of reference, not residence. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let it chain you down. Unchain your past, unleash your future.